Hello everyone, this is good old Transfer Fans, and today I'm going to be talking about the good old R179. Now of course I'm not going to explain the history of the R79 since I already have videos in regards to that. So I am not going to explain to you the history, which of course many of you might know about it. And you can feel free to watch it on my previous videos in the past if you want to know in regards to the R179 history of when it started and what lines got them. Which of course the video here shows in this picture in regards to where the R79s are currently now. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about in regards to the assignments of the R79 changes that has been happening ever since 2024. Now, you guys know that back in November, I believe, of 2024, the R79 first appeared for the first time on the M line. Correct me if I'm wrong, if it was November. It was assigned, of course, to the M line, which, of course, the R79 set came from East New York. Since you guys know that the JNC and M line do share the same trains, but for the first time they're actually sharing an R179, which of course that has never happened in the M in who knows how many years. It did happen back then, I believe in 2020, I believe it was. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, folks. But as of November of 2024, the M finally received R179 due to CPT purposes, of course, because they are testing the R79s due to the A and C receiving more R211As, as you guys already know by now. So now the thing is, ever since the R79 appeared on the M train, for some reason it started to appear on multiple lines as well. So of course the M train received it, which was the first line in Queens Blvd that has received the R179, which is the 4-car sets, of course. Now, a month later after that, which was probably around December, it also appeared on the F train. So, which of course the ones on the F were actually the ones that are assigned on the A train, which you see right here in this picture. So what happened was that they wanted to also test the 5-car sets as well for the CBTC, not just the 4-car sets that were appearing on the M line, but it also appeared on the F as of December of 2024. So they started to do CPT testing, which makes sense because the F train does have mostly CPT across the system in regards to Queens Blvd and as well as the curve line side too as well. So yeah, so it did make sense for them to put them on the F train to do CPTC. That's perfectly great what the MTA is doing there. So now they had them on the M, of course, and now the F for some reason. Now all of a sudden in January, I believe, of 2025, which was about 2 months ago right now, they also started to appear on the E train as well. And of course, the trains were also coming from the A train, because remember folks, the A train uses 5-car set the same as the E and F, right? So it makes sense for it to come from the A train as well, and were assigned also on the E train. So now you got the M line, and then the F, and now the E. Now this is the thing, folks, which is kind of amazing, because there actually are about 3 lines, as we know, which will be these right here, folks. So, all right. So basically, the lines right now, as we do know, the E, F, and R already have R179s. which I did already explain it back before when I said that the A train has sent their R179s to the E and F line, because since all those lines only operate 5-car sets, which makes sense for the A train to send theirs to the E and F, which means right now almost more than half of the A train fleet has been transferred to the E and F. And remember, first, there has been a shortage in regards to this anyway because of the R160s, due to the flat issues they received back in January of 2025, 2 months ago, when they started running on the 63rd drive. Technically, the company that they actually assigned it to was supposed to actually rehab the 63rd drive in regards to the new, providing new tracks, etc. All of a sudden, flats started to happen there with the R160s, which were the ones on the F train, basically. So many of the R160s right now are actually out of service. I'm not sure how many of them have flats, which is probably many of them due to the shortage going on now with Queens Blvd on the E, F, and R. So because of this, they're trying to assign a few more trains on the E, F, M, and now the R train as well. So now it looks like the R train, for the first time, will be receiving R179. So what's going to happen is that the R train will get the ones from East New York, basically, because they don't have many of the 5-car sets that are assigned to the A, unless they get all the remaining ones from the A train. But then if that happens, that's going to force the R46s to replace all of the R79s on the A train. So they're going to have more R46s, which of course that's not what they're trying to do, because they need the A and C to be NTT completely, and of course have 8th Avenue as CBTC as well. So they're not going to really grab the rest of them of the R79 on the A train because they are needed there. So they're only trying for 60 cars from the A train and split with the E and F train, which both of them have 30 cars apiece in regards to the R179, right? The M train got this from the J and C, as we know, from East New York. Now the R train is going to be another one that's also going to receive R179. Instead of them getting it from the A train, they're going to get it from the J and Z line. But remember, folks, as you guys know here as well, that the C train also has R179 4-car sets, which means that the C train will also surrender the same as the A train. When the A train has transferred them to the E and F, the C will do the same as well. So some of the C train cars of the R179 will be heading to the R train, which means that the R train and the C will be the only two lines that will be a mixed fleet of 10-car set and 8-car set, which is amazing because remember, the C train has R179 4-car set, but they also have a full 10-car set of R211A and R211T, as well as the full set of the R46, which also are 8 cars, but the size of it is the compatibility of an R160 or R211A in general. So it's about the same size anyway. So the A and C will be surrendering the R79s, which we know the A already did, but now the C train will be the next one that will be transferring the R179s to the R train. People would have thought, why would they put a 4-car set to the R train, since the R train is a full length, just like the E and F, right? And the G as well, right? When it comes to 5-car set. But no, because of the shortage that they have with the R179, because they ordered enough of them back in 2017, they decided to just deal with the 8-car trains and send those to the R train, So now the R is going to be the fourth one, of course, from Queens Blvd that will receive R179 as well. So all 4 lines, as we see here on the nice service alert in regards to the E, F, M, and R, all 4 of those lines will be R179 as well, besides the R160s that they have now. Because of the shortage of the R160s, the MTA had no choice to actually put the 4-car R79 to the R train, even though it's going to be a mixed fleet just like the C train. Which is fine, because remember folks, this is going to be temporarily. Now many people are speculating, thinking like they should send the R79s to the D as well, which it don't make any sense, because the thing is the D doesn't have a shortage. It's actually the E, F, and R line, not the M. The M is actually fine. The E, F, and R, and of course the G train are the ones that are suffering with the shortage. Since technically the G was based in Jamaica, but because of the shortage, they had to receive R46 and R68s in general, which of course came from the Concourse and also Coney Island, right? Remember, the R46 normally came from the A train in Picton yards, but they were transferred to Coney Island due to increased spare factor that was needed on the N, Q, and W, as you guys already know. But right now, the R79s will be on the R train as well. So all 4 of them in general will be a mixture of R160 and R179.